Okay. Well, it was a great job by the defense, special teams. I thought the play that Cup made to put us up 8 was real big. Struggled to get into some momentum today offensively, but defense made stop after stop. I thought even after the turnover to be able to, only allow them to 3 points on the sudden change was big. And then what can you say about Darious Williams? What an unbelievable pick to end the game. And no win is easy. We don't take any for granted. There's a lot of good things that we can look at this film and be able to clean up, but hats off to Coach Judge and the Giants. They came in ready to go, and they gave us everything that they had. And, we'll get to 3-1, and we'll be able to have a lot of things that we can look at after this first quarter to continue to improve.
All right, Jordan, go ahead.
Hey, Sean. Sorry, there's an echo up here. To have your defense have to be on the field as long as it was and also as frequently as it was, and then make those 2 big stops on 3rd and 15 and 4th and 11, and then have the pick, what does that say about this defense? And conversely, what was the deal on offense?
Yeah, we just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively, but defense did a great job. You win as a team, and thought they made enough plays to be able to win. You could kind of feel the momentum. We were probably a little bit more conservative than I would have liked to have been offensively, but couldn't get anything going in the run game. We just really never were able to get into a rhythm outside of that first drive, and a lot of things that we can look at to do better.
Sean, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. What were some things that the Giants defense did specifically, going from a team that didn't force a punt last week to, giving you that trouble you talked about today?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the film to see. A lot of it really boiled down to they did a good job, give them credit, but it's more execution on our end.
Maria? We'll come back around. Go ahead, Kurt.
Coach, what happened there at the end with after the game when there was Jalen Ramsey was in the middle of a mess?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I was shaking hands, and I just kind of got in the middle. Fortunately, got it broken up, and nothing occurred from there.
All right, Maria, go ahead.
Sean, when you sort of have a sluggish start, what kind of adjustments do you make, or what do you say to the team to kind of get out of that?
Yeah, you just got to make some plays. I thought the one drive, if really we had gotten a couple more opportunities, I think you would have seen us get into a rhythm. We just ended up kind of getting it where we were up 8 on that last possession, wanted to keep the clock running. That's something where we can never go out of bounds either there. Cooper knows better than that. But if we're really attacking like we were, I think just the feel for the flow of the game and the way our defense was playing, let's run off as much clock as we can. Ideally, you don't ever have to punt it back. But I think I would have switched momentum. I would have switched some of the things that we were doing where, you're just not letting them really get set. And sometimes when you let a big front like that settle in, it plays to their advantage. And those are things that we can all learn from. But ultimately, we ended up getting the win. The guys made enough plays, and that's what it's about. There's no style points in this league.
Gary?
Sean, how do you feel you guys stand after the first quarter of the season? And what exactly was your problem as a playmaker getting into a rhythm?
My problem?
Yeah. You talked about it was tough to get into a rhythm. Were you feeling that as well, or was it just the players on the field not executing?
Yeah, I have to go back and look at it. Really, we just, there was a lack of continuity and being able to get some drives going. We weren't good on third down. So I have to go back and look at the film and see. But overall, we finished the first quarter 3-1. There's a lot of good things. There's a lot of things we can clean up, and we've got to continuously improve. I thought defense took a major step forward, as did special teams. And offensively, we got a lot of things that we can do significantly better. But one game will never define you. It's still a short sample size, but I love this team's mental toughness and resilience, and glad to come away with the win today.
Eric?
Hey, Sean. It was another big play by Darius, as you mentioned. What does it say about his growth to be able to make plays like that in critical moments of the game that really stem the tide or turn momentum?
Yeah, I think he's just a clutch player, and he's been doing that ever since he got an opportunity to play really last year. He's a guy that if he gets his hands on the ball, he's usually going to catch it and be able to get it back to the offense. And right there, that was a game-clinching play and a situation that we had to have. And, he was bumped. They ran kind of a stem in, breakout, and for him to be able to make that play was unbelievable. It was a great catch and another great pick for him at a crucial situation, even more important than the Philly game a couple weeks ago. So big-time play by Darius. Really happy for him.
All right, go ahead, Emmanuel.
Coach, y'all got a lot of good pressure on Daniel Jones. What do you see out of your defensive front, and why are you so disruptive?
Say that one for me again, please.
You got a lot of good pressure on Daniel Jones. What are you seeing for your defensive front, and why are you so disruptive?
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I thought Brandon called a good game, mixed it up a little bit. There was a couple where he kind of got out of it. When we had him, you felt like you had him sacked, and Daniel Jones made a couple good plays. But I thought there was a lot of different guys that created some disruption in the backfield today. And, it's always a collaborative effort. And, we'll go back and we'll look at it. But I thought it was a good mix of some pressure that we were applying with 4-man rush, and then when we activated more than 4.
Couple more, guys. All right, a couple more. So we'll go Kevin, then Eric, then Jordan.
Sean, the Cooper Cup touchdown was your longest play from scrimmage this season. What made that play work?
They actually busted a coverage, and we were able to get over the top, and Cooper ended up doing the rest himself. But when we were going fast, that was something that we probably should have done a little bit sooner. And Jared and Cooper made a great play right there. I thought our guys were protecting, and ultimately, we got to be better on third downs, but that was a big-time play. Great job by Cooper and Jared making it happen there.
All right, Eric.
Hey, Sean, evaluation of how Jared played today.
He did a nice job. I think there wasn't as many opportunities. It really wasn't a very good overall offensive performance, and a lot of that stemmed from just the lack of plays and drives that we could really get off. But I thought Jared controlled what he could, and, he made the biggest plays when he had to. We put it in his hands, basically threw it every drive on the scoring drive that we did have, and he ended up making enough plays for us to be able to win it. That put us up 8, and then defense closed it out from there. So he did a nice job. I thought he was his best when it was the most important, and that's the most important thing for us.
All right, we'll wrap up with Jordan.
Hey, Sean, especially after that big play by Jalen Ramsey near the end of the game, you guys got the ball back. I know you talked a little bit about wanting to watch the tape on third down, but what went into that last third down call, 3rd and 11? I believe it was a run to Malcolm Brown.
Yeah, it was just a situation where you talking about when we were up 17-9. Yeah, I just wanted to keep the clock running right there. Felt like good about our defense and wanted to ensure that they either had to use the timeout or we were going to run it down to the 2-minute there.